Welcome to Ellis Mowers and More. We got this John Deere 652M in here. This is the stand-on machine, and it came in because the guy said that it intermittently has issues with like the PTO clutch dropping out, which is kind of a weird issue. But I have done a little bit of troubleshooting, and I think I've figured out where the problem lies. We got to figure out whether it's one thing or the other here, really. So here in this video, I'm going to show you the process of what I've done to get to where I'm at currently, and then hopefully we can get it fixed for good here in this video. So let's go ahead and get started. So John Deere 652M, it's got the Kawasaki FX691V on it, commercial air filter and all that good stuff. What I originally thought it was the weight sensor, and I got to take the cinder block off the weight sensor because I hooked a spark tester up to it, and it's like it'll run, and then when you kind of go and jerk it around a little bit, it'll stop, and then it may come back, it may not, it flutters in and out and stuff like that. So the weight sensor on this is underneath. Let's get this cinder block out of the way for a moment here. Oh. So it's underneath right here, and it's got two more prong wire. So what I did is I jumpered it, because it's not, or jumped it. So I just pulled that plug off and ran the jumper wire, and it still did the same thing. And I can see that the sensor's working with the spark tester, because when I let off of it, it will kill the spark, and then when I get back on it, it will enact the spark again. So I'll put this back on because we're going to see if I can show you what I figured out here, or what I believe the problem to be is. So I'm going to crank it. I'm going to do a low RPM because I don't want to turn the blades on too much. But let me see if I can get y'all to where you can see the spark and me messing around with the wiring. So there we go. I'm going to crank this thing up. Got to set the park brake. And it doesn't matter park brake wise if it's going to, the issue. So it's not a park brake switch or anything. And that's not correlated to the PTO on this either. So what we're going to do, crank her up. Where I'm wiggling at, I think you could kind of see it, and we got to access it a little bit better here. But there's this underneath here. It kind of looks like it's been messed with a little bit, but there is a relay somewhere in here, and I'll show it to you a little bit better. It's just kind of facing down and kind of hanging right here. Where is it? Right there. It's right underneath the ignition switch and the PTO switch, and it's almost like the connection's not good. So looks like what I've got to do is take this screw off, there's one on the other side, and then this screw off and this 10mm off to get this access to underneath this little panel here. And what I'm going to do is just give it a look, and hopefully I can either find, number one, a broken wire, or a kind of a bad connection to the relay. I think that's a relay underneath. So I'll get these 4 bolts off, get this thing loose, and we'll see what it looks like underneath. Alright guys, I believe I have a connection issue with this relay. I'll show you why I think that here. I swapped it actually with the, I don't know if it's a starter relay or something down here, but I swapped it out and it didn't change anything. I'm not going to crank it and run it right now, but I am going to show you that you can run it or turn the blades on. And if I wiggle this wire enough, I'm not getting a good connection overall with this connector for some reason. I don't know if it's the red wire here that's causing the problem. Well, that could be. So I think I got something going on inside the connector here. So what I'm going to do, hopefully I've got enough room to do this with the wires, is, let's see, we don't have any, we kind of do have two that are shared here. You can see it's all going back and forth here now. So I probably just need to do this with the, I don't know, I may just put butt-in connectors on this thing and hopefully that'll work. It's just not a lot of room to work here, unfortunately. I mean, I've wiggled the wiring all around here in the instrument panel, and it's not doing anything weird otherwise. So it's just right here somewhere where in the connector I believe that we've got the problem. So I'm gonna rewire this connector here. I don't know if I'm just gonna pull the ends of the wires off and just splice them in here or what, but we're gonna figure out something here. And I'll take some pictures first and maybe label the wires. And we'll see what we need to do after that. So I'm trying to figure out where I want to start here. If I want to do one at the top here, and then 2, 3, 4, and 5, because we got 5 wires going to it. One of them's just a little jumper wire to go in between 2 here, and we'll see. Let me answer this phone call, and we'll try and fix this connector. So I got y'all zoomed in on the connector, and what I'm doing is taking the connector off, the connection points off. You can see there's quite a bit of dirt in here, and so that could be the cause of the bad connection, but also it could just be that a lot of the contacts are just going bad inside. Well, it's the same contacts, but like this plug right here is a little loose or something. You never know. So what I'm doing is I'm taking all 5 of these out. I just kind of laid the relay in the same orientation as the plug as I'm getting all this out so that I know where everything goes. And so that's what I've done here. I've done the first 3 so far. We've got 2 more here, and they're interconnected, so they're not going to be as bad to orient and figure out where they're supposed to be as opposed to the other ones. I'm just taking a small, very, very small screwdriver. This is a 5/64 screwdriver. And I'm taking the tabs here on the top and using it and just bending the tabs down on this so that we can push this out. You can see all that dirt right there, and that's probably causing a lot of our problems. We'll find out here in just a minute, I think. What I'm going to do is just get the orientation of this correct, and then I'm going to take some electrical tape and wrap it around each connector here so that it's not going to cross each other and cause problems in terms of having issues with it crossing each other and shorting something out. So we're just going to see if we can do this right here. This is the last one. Push it down, pull it out, and that should pull it, all the connector out and all that dirt right there. Probably causing the issue that we have. So Like I said, just do one wire at a time. Take your time. Make sure the orientation of all the wires is correct. Like I said, what I'm going to do now is just, since I've got the orientation of the wires, we're going to go one by one, and I'm going to wrap them in electrical tape and then connect it all back, and it should be good. All the connections are on pretty snug, so, and then I'll probably just tape it all right here or put a zip tie right there so that it doesn't really have the ability to push itself out unless it pushes all the wires out. We're going to test this and see how well it works. I think we're going to be good after we do this, which will be very nice. Get this stand-on back going again. Alright, Joe, so I think I found the problem, and I think the problem found me as well. This is the red wire that went to the plug on the relay, right? Well, when I pulled on it a little bit, it just pulled itself off, just split. And so now it's like chilling up in this braided wiring harness up here, kind of up there somewhere. And so what I was like is, well, what was this? So what I have found out through a continuity test is that this appears like it went to the weight switch here. Now this particular model, I don't know if it's been modified or whatever, will run even when you are not on the weight switch, as long as the blades are not on. Park brake on, off, doesn't matter. But it was when the blade switch on, it would kill the spark like it had the weight switch going bad or something, like you had stepped off of it. It just killed the spark. So that makes sense. So I think what I've got to do in order to make this work is run a wire up. I'll probably just splice it right here at the connector, run it up to the top here, and run it into the relay. Now, there's no way I can get it through this wiring harness here. But I'll wiggle this thing good enough, and I don't know if you can see that, but you can see that there's no ohms, which means we have continuity from this plug right here up to this red wire that pulled itself off. So, given all of that, I think what we've got going on here is just a simple break in the wire. So that's good. I think we've got it sorted. I don't want to count my chickens before they hatch, but either way I had to take at least one wire out of the connector. We'll see what we end up doing with this connector, if we just kind of let it be like it is or put it back together, one or the other. But the good news is I think I've got the problem solved by simply running splicing and running a wire from down here up through to the relay. Unfortunately, I've run out of time for today because I've got obligations this evening, but we're going to try this out tomorrow, and hopefully this is going to work for us. Alright, well, I believe I have repaired this problem. I was trying to figure out how to fix this. I tried to run a jumper wire, and then I realized that jumping the weight switch and the power, even though they had no full continuity, wire probably runs somewhere else in this system. So what I did, may not be the prettiest repair, but it has been done. I took that wire and spliced it. I cut the wiring harness a little bit right there so I could get access to the good part of this wire. Spliced it and put it into the relay. I've now zip tied the relay, closed off all of the clips so that they don't fall off since I took the connector off, and everything looks like it's going to be good now, so that's good. So that's what I did. Everything is working like it is supposed to now, which is good. I'll show you that here in just a second, but I do need to get the dash and everything bolted back on, and we'll test this thing out before hopefully we're done with this. Alright, everything's holding up well. I kind of ran it around for a few minutes or so, I'll ride it up and down the driveway, show you that it's not skipping and that the weight switch is working like it's supposed to. So that's perfect. It hasn't skipped a beat the whole time now and is working really well. Again, I'm just going to check the connections and stuff underneath here, but we should be in great shape now. So a lot of dirt in the connector and a lot of dirt around the connectors themselves. I'm just making sure that nothing's trying to pull out here. And I think we're good. So let's see, can I see the inside one? Yeah, so everything's nice and tight. What I did is I just took the pliers and just kind of pushed these connectors in a little bit to make them a little bit tighter because they were trying to slide off, and we should be good. So that's a good fix there. I'm happy that it was just that and that it wasn't, like I thought it was a weight switch, and then did a little bit of, the wiggle test sometimes tells what it needs to tell, so it did in this case, and we got this wire fixed here again, as y'all saw with the butt connectors there, and added the, just basically the wire to enact the relay when all the safeties are activated. So that's good, and we'll wrap this video up. So there we go, guys. John Deere 652M repaired. Again, the original thing was I was told that the blades would randomly shut off, and like I said, it just turns out that it was a wiring short that was going bad in the harness, and luckily it was right there at the joint, and it told itself whenever I pulled the wire a little bit, that red wire, and it ended up just falling right out of there. So can't really complain about that. But we spliced that wire back in, everything's good to go, and customer's back on it. So I'll let him know it's ready to go, and he'll be back in business. So thank you again very much for watching this video. Hopefully y'all found it helpful. If you're tracing an issue like this, you never know, you may have a wire that's got a little break in it, and that can cause all sorts of problems sometimes, and it did with this one. So I really do appreciate it. Thank y'all again, and I'll catch y'all on the next video.